Every coin you hold in your hand is a small piece of history. It is a metal disc, stamped with images and symbols, that tells a story about a time and a place. The coins of Singapore are especially fascinating because they tell the story of a nation's incredible journey, from a small trading post influenced by many foreign powers to a modern independent republic. Singapore's identity is captured in these tiny metallic objects. They are not just money used to buy things, they are symbols of sovereignty, art, and technological progress. Studying them allows us to trace the economic and political changes that shaped this unique island nation. Each design, each metal, and each inscription has a reason for being there. The importance of Singapore's coins goes beyond their use in daily transactions. For collectors and historians, they are invaluable artifacts. They document the shift from colonial rule under the British to a brief, tumultuous period under Japanese occupation, and finally to the proud moment of independence. Think about it. A coin from the Straits Settlements era connects us directly to the 19th century spice trade and the colonial administration that managed it. In contrast, a modern Singaporean coin with advanced security features represents a global financial hub at the forefront of innovation. These coins are tangible links to the past, allowing us to feel a physical connection to the people and events that built the nation. Furthermore, the designs on these coins are a celebration of Singapore's rich culture and natural heritage. The first series of coins after independence featured marine life, a nod to Singapore's history as a bustling port city surrounded by the sea. The next series beautifully depicted the flowers of the Garden City, showcasing the nation's commitment to creating a green and vibrant urban environment. The most recent series highlights national icons and landmarks, solidifying a modern identity. By looking at the evolution of these designs, we can see what Singapore valued at different points in its history, and how it chose to present itself to the world and to its own people. For anyone interested in history, art, or economics, Singaporean coins offer a rich field of study. They are accessible pieces of art that have passed through countless hands, each one part of a larger economic system and a national narrative. They show us how currency is not just a tool for trade, but also a canvas for national expression. As we explore the full timeline of these coins, from the early days of foreign silver to the high-tech coins of today, we are not just looking at money. We are looking at the very soul of a nation, stamped in metal and preserved for generations to come. This journey through Singapore's numismatic history is a journey through Singapore itself. Long before Singapore had its own official currency, its shores were a crossroads for international trade. Merchants from China, India, the Arab world, and Europe all came to this region to exchange goods. Because there was no single, unified currency, a wide variety of foreign coins were used. The most dominant and widely accepted of these were the large silver dollars, particularly the Spanish silver dollar, often called the pillar dollar because of its design featuring the Pillars of Hercules. This coin was trusted across the globe for its high silver content and consistent weight. It became the de facto currency for major transactions in Southeast Asia for centuries, facilitating trade from Manila to Malacca. These silver coins were not just from Spain. As other nations grew in commercial power, their coins also found their way into local circulation. The Mexican dollar, which was very similar in size and silver content to the Spanish dollar, became equally popular in the 19th century after Mexico gained independence. Traders would also encounter Dutch guilders, Indian rupees, and Chinese cash coins, creating a complex and sometimes confusing monetary environment. To make things simpler, people often weighed the coins or cut them into smaller pieces for smaller transactions, creating what was known as cut money. This was a practical solution, but not an ideal one, as it made commerce complicated and inconsistent. The arrival of the British and the establishment of Singapore as a trading post by Sir Stamford Raffles in 1819 only increased the variety of coins in circulation. The British East India Company introduced its own rupees, but the silver dollars remained the preferred currency among local and international merchants. The value of different coins would often fluctuate based on the global price of silver and the reputation of the issuing country. A merchant might have to be an expert in currency exchange just to conduct daily business, calculating the value of a Spanish dollar against an Indian rupee or a Dutch guilder. This system worked, but it was inefficient and highlighted the need for a more standardized form of currency. This period of diverse, unregulated coinage laid the groundwork for what was to come. It demonstrated Singapore's role as a global hub where different cultures and economies met. The reliance on trusted silver coins from powerful empires showed that a successful currency needed stability and international acceptance. The challenges of using so many different types of money also created a strong desire for a single, official currency that could simplify trade and unify the region economically. This desire would eventually lead the British colonial government to take a monumental step, creating a dedicated currency for its territories in the region, known as the Straits Settlements. The confusing mix of foreign coins circulating in the region prompted the British to establish a more orderly monetary system. In 1845, the first official coins were minted specifically for the Straits Settlements, which included Singapore, Penang, and Malacca. These were copper coins issued by the British East India Company. The designs featured a portrait of Queen Victoria on one side, a clear symbol of British authority. The other side showed the value of the coin surrounded by a wreath. These first coins, which included denominations like the quarter cent, half cent, and 1 cent, were designed to provide a standardized currency for small, everyday transactions, finally replacing the messy system of cut money and various token currencies. The real change came in 1867 when the Straits Settlements became a crown colony, administered directly from London instead of from India. This political shift led to the creation of a new series of coins. Starting in 1871, silver coins were introduced in denominations of 5, 10, 20, and 50 cents, followed by a large, impressive silver dollar in 1903. These coins firmly established a dollar-based currency system, moving away from the Indian rupee. The designs prominently featured the reigning British monarch, first Queen Victoria, then King Edward VII, and later King George V and King George VI. This was a powerful way to stamp British identity onto the economic life of the colony. The minting of these coins was a showcase of industrial technology. Many of the early copper coins were struck at the Calcutta Mint in India. However, the later silver coins were primarily produced at well-known British mints, including the Royal Mint in London and the Heaton Mint in Birmingham. These facilities used state-of-the-art steam-powered coin presses. For example, the Boulton and Watt presses, which had revolutionized minting in the late 18th century, were the basis for the machinery used. Later, more advanced German-designed Uhlhorn toggle-joint presses were adopted. These machines could strike coins with incredible speed and precision, ensuring that each coin had a uniform design and weight, which was crucial for building public trust. For collectors, Straits Settlements coins are a window into the colonial past. The early copper coins from 1845 are quite rare and valuable, especially in good condition. The silver dollars are also highly sought after. One interesting detail to look for is the mint mark, a small letter on the coin that indicates where it was made. For example, a H mark on a coin from King Edward VII's reign means it was struck at the Heaton Mint. The composition of the coins also changed over time. The silver content of the dollar was reduced in 1907 and again in 1920 due to rising silver prices, making the earlier higher purity silver dollars more desirable to numismatists today. As the 20th century progressed, the political landscape of the region continued to evolve, and the currency evolved with it. In 1939, the Straits Settlements currency was replaced by a new, unified currency for a wider area that included the Federated Malay States and Unfederated Malay States, as well as Brunei. This new currency was issued by the Board of Commissioners of Currency, Malaya. The coins, known as Malayan coins, continued to be used in Singapore. They still featured the portrait of the British monarch, King George VI, but the design was updated. The reverse side now included the denomination written in English, with the words, Commissioners of Currency, Malaya inscribed around the edge. These new coins came in denominations of half cent, 1 cent, both square-shaped, 5 cents, 10 cents, and 20 cents. The square shape of the 1 cent coin was particularly distinctive and made it easy to identify by touch. The coins were made of bronze and copper nickel, reflecting a move away from precious metals like silver for general circulation, a trend seen worldwide during this period. These coins were minted in London at the Royal Mint and were intended to circulate across the entire peninsula, creating a more integrated economic zone under British influence. They represented a period of relative stability and economic consolidation just before the world was plunged into a devastating war. This stability was shattered in 1942 with the Japanese invasion and occupation of Singapore and Malaya. the Japanese military administration immediately introduced its own currency to replace the British Malayan currency. This new money consisted primarily of paper notes, famously known as banana money because of the banana tree motif on the $10 note. Coins almost completely disappeared from circulation during this period. The invading forces confiscated existing Malayan coins to be melted down for their metal content, which was needed for the war effort. People also hoarded the old coins because they knew they had real metallic value, unlike the Japanese paper money, which was printed in huge quantities and quickly lost its value due to hyperinflation. After the war ended in 1945 and the British returned, the Japanese occupation currency was declared worthless overnight. The pre-war Malayan coins were slowly reintroduced, but there was a severe shortage. To address this, new coins were minted. In 1953, a new currency board was formed, the Board of Commissioners of Currency, Malaya, and British Borneo. This board issued a new series of coins that featured the portrait of the newly crowned Queen Elizabeth II. These coins were used in Singapore, the Federation of Malaya, Sarawak, North Borneo, and Brunei. They were the last series of coins used in Singapore that bore the image of a British monarch, marking the final chapter of the colonial era before the journey towards self-governance and independence began. The road to full independence was, honestly, a pretty complex one for Singapore. After separating from the Malayan Union and, later from Malaysia in 1965, the young nation suddenly faced the urgent task of establishing its own distinct identity. And a crucial part of this was actually creating its own national currency. For a brief period after separating from Malaysia, Singapore continued to use the common Malayan and British Borneo dollar. However, negotiations to maintain a common currency with Malaysia, well, they broke down. On June 12, 1967, a truly historic moment arrived. Singapore issued its own dollars and cents for the very first time. This was a powerful declaration of economic sovereignty and really a critical step in building the new nation. The responsibility for this new currency was given to the newly formed Board of Commissioners of Currency, Singapore, or BCCS. The BCCS was tasked with designing, minting, and issuing the coins and banknotes that would be the lifeblood of Singapore's economy. The launch of the new currency was a symbol of confidence and stability. The Singapore dollar was introduced at par with the Malaysian dollar, then called the ringgit, and for a time, the two currencies were actually interchangeable. This arrangement, known as the Interchangeability Agreement, helped ensure a smooth transition and maintained close economic ties between the two nations, even though it eventually ended in 1973. The design of the first national coins was, a matter of great importance. The government wanted a theme that would reflect Singapore's unique character and aspirations. They chose a Marine Series theme, which was a brilliant nod to Singapore's geographical reality as an island nation and its historical identity as a thriving port. The sea had always been central to Singapore's survival and prosperity, so featuring marine animals was a really fitting tribute. The designs were modern, clean, and elegant, representing a break from the colonial-era tradition of featuring a monarch's portrait. Instead, Singapore's coins would showcase its natural world, a decision that truly resonated with the people and helped foster a sense of national pride. The first series of coins included denominations of 1, 5, 10, 20, and 50 cents, as well as a $1 coin. The coins were designed by a local artist, Christopher Ironside, who also designed Britain's first decimal coins. However, the final artwork was refined and adapted by Singaporean artists. The minting of these first coins was actually an international effort. Since Singapore did not have its own mint at the time, the coins were produced by the Royal Mint in London. This ensured that the new currency was of high quality and met international standards. The launch of the Marine Series was more than just a monetary change. It was a cultural milestone that marked the birth of a truly Singaporean identity, one coin at a time. From sea to garden, Singapore's first national coin series, the Marine Series, was introduced in 1967 and really captured the nation's deep connection to the sea. Each denomination featured a different marine animal, rendered in a simple yet elegant style. The 1-cent coin showed a public housing block with a fountain, which was actually the only non-animal design, symbolizing the government's focus on public welfare. The 5-cent coin depicted the Trigonia fish, the 10-cent featured a seahorse, the 20-cent had a swordfish, and the 50-cent coin showcased the magnificent lionfish. The The large $1 coin also featured the lionfish at first, but was later redesigned to bear the national coat of arms. These designs, created by Christopher Ironside and adapted locally, were struck on coins made of bronze, copper nickel, and later, an aluminum bronze $1 coin. After nearly 2 decades, Singapore had really transformed itself. It was no longer just a port city, but was becoming known as a garden city, a testament to its successful greening policies. To reflect this new identity, a second series of coins was introduced in 1985, the Floral Series. The theme celebrated the beautiful tropical flora found in Singapore, linking the currency to the nation's vision of a green and pleasant urban environment. The series was designed by a local artist, Leong Su Weng, and his designs brought a fresh, naturalistic beauty to the nation's coinage. The coins were also smaller and lighter than their Marine Series counterparts, making them more convenient for daily use. The Floral Series featured a different flower for each coin, each one chosen for its beauty and significance. The 1-cent coin, which would later be discontinued, displayed the Vanda Miss Joaquim, Singapore's national flower. The 5-cent coin featured the fruitscape of the Monstera deliciosa. The 10-cent coin depicted the star jasmine, the 20-cent had the powder puff plant, and the 50-cent coin showcased the yellow alamanda. The $1 coin was particularly special. It was now a golden-colored coin made of aluminum bronze and featured the periwinkle flower. This series truly brought the Garden City concept into the pockets of every Singaporean, creating a daily reminder of the nation's unique identity. The transition from the Marine to the Floral Series also saw some important technical changes. The $1 coin was changed from a larger silver-colored copper-nickel coin to a smaller golden-colored aluminum bronze coin. This made it lighter and more distinct from the 50-cent coin. A significant feature of the $1 coin was its octagonal frame, which was actually a feng shui-inspired bagua shape. This was believed by many to bring good fortune, and was a subtle nod to local culture and beliefs. The Floral Series coins were minted with great precision, primarily at the Singapore Mint, which by then had developed the capability to produce all of the nation's circulation coins. This series remains beloved by many Singaporeans for its beautiful designs and connection to the Garden City ideal. In 2013, Singapore introduced its third and current series of circulation coins, titled Icons of Singapore. This series marked another evolution in how the nation represented itself on its currency. While the first 2 series focused on nature, this new set of coins celebrated Singapore's progress as a nation, its key landmarks, and its iconic national symbols. The designs were chosen to be easily recognizable and to instill a sense of pride in Singapore's achievements and identity. The launch was a major event, reflecting a nation that was confident, modern, and forward-looking. The coins were designed by local artist Fabian Lim, and represented a significant leap in both design and security. Each coin in the third series tells a part of the Singapore story. The 5-cent coin features the Esplanade, Singapore's famous waterfront performing arts center, representing its vibrant arts and culture scene. The 10-cent coin shows a collection of public housing flats, acknowledging the success of the nation's public housing program. The 20-cent coin depicts Changi International Airport, a symbol of Singapore's status as a global aviation hub. The 50-cent coin showcases the Port of Singapore, recognizing its importance as one of the world's busiest ports. Finally, the $1 coin features the Merlion, Singapore's most famous national icon, a mythical creature that represents its origins as a sea town. This series also brought significant technological advancements. The most noticeable change was the new $1 coin, which is bimetallic. It has a brass-plated outer ring and a nickel-plated inner circle, making it instantly recognizable by sight and touch. This bimetallic composition also serves as an advanced security feature, making it much more difficult to counterfeit. All the coins in the series are made from a multi-ply plated steel base. This composition makes them less expensive to produce than the previous alloy coins, and also allows them to have electromagnetic properties, which is useful for vending machines and automated fare collection systems. Security was a major focus of the third series. The $1 coin includes a laser-engraved Vanda Miss Joaquim orchid that appears to shift when viewed from different angles. Furthermore, the rim of the $1 coin has micro-engraved text featuring the word Singapore and the national flower symbol. The 50-cent coin has a unique scalloped edge, making it easy to distinguish by touch. These features not only help prevent counterfeiting but also assist the visually impaired in identifying different denominations. The minting of these high-tech coins is carried out by the Singapore Mint, showcasing its world-class capabilities in producing modern, secure currency. This series truly reflects Singapore's status as a technologically advanced and innovative nation. For those interested in collecting Singaporean coins, the field offers a rewarding journey through history. The value of a coin is determined by several key factors: rarity, condition, historical significance, and demand from other collectors. Rarity is straightforward. The fewer coins of a particular type that were minted or have survived, the more valuable they are likely to be. For example, some of the early Straits Settlements coins had very low mintage numbers for certain years, making them highly sought after. The 1845 copper coins issued by the East India Company are a prime example of rare and valuable pieces from the pre-independence era. Condition, or grade, is perhaps the most critical factor in determining a coin's value. A coin that looks brand new, with no signs of wear, is considered to be in uncirculated or mint state. A coin that has been used in daily commerce will show signs of wear, such as smoothed down details and scratches. The difference in value between a worn coin and a pristine one can be enormous. Professional grading services like PCGs and NGC assess coins on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. For collectors, acquiring a coin in the highest possible grade is often the ultimate goal. Even common coins can be valuable if they are in near-perfect condition. Identifying old and rare coins requires a keen eye and some knowledge. Look for key dates with low mintage figures, which can be found in numismatic catalogs or online resources. Error coins, coins that were minted with a mistake, such as being struck off-center or with a doubled design, are also extremely rare and can be very valuable. For instance, a small number of the 1969 Marine Series 50-cent coins were accidentally struck with the word Singapore misspelled. These error coins are now major prizes for collectors. Similarly, certain coins from the Malayan series like the 1941 half-cent are very rare because most were never issued due to the outbreak of World War II. To get started, a collector should invest in a good magnifying glass and a coin catalog, such as the standard catalog of world coins. It's also wise to handle coins by their edges to avoid getting fingerprints on their surfaces, as oils from your skin can cause damage over time. Storing coins in acid-free holders or albums will protect them from the environment. While the thrill of finding a rare silver dollar from the 1800s is exciting, collecting modern coins can also be enjoyable. The Singapore Mint regularly issues special commemorative coins in limited quantities to mark important events. These can be a great starting point for any new collector, offering beautiful designs and a direct link to Singapore's ongoing story. The history of Singapore's coinage is a long and colorful one, mirroring the nation's own path. Understanding this history is made easier by looking at a simple timeline of key milestones that shaped the money in people's pockets. This journey begins centuries ago when trade in the region relied on a mixture of international currencies long before any official local coins existed. Each step in this timeline represents a significant economic or political shift, from colonial administration to the proud assertion of national independence, culminating in the technologically advanced coins we use in Singapore today. Let's walk through these important moments step by step. Before 1845, the era of trade coins. Commerce in the region, including the fledgling port of Singapore, is dominated by foreign silver coins. The most widely accepted are the Spanish and Mexican silver dollars, used by merchants from all over the world. There is no local standardized currency. 1845 First Straits Settlements coins. The British East India Company issues the first official coins for the Straits Settlements. These are copper coins, quarter cent, half cent, 1 cent, featuring Queen Victoria, intended to standardize small transactions. 1871 silver coins for the Crown Colony. After the Straits Settlements become a Crown Colony, a new series of silver coins is introduced, followed by a silver dollar in 1903. This establishes a dollar-based system and solidifies British control over the currency. 1939 to 1952, the Malayan currency. A single currency is created for Malaya and British Borneo. Coins featuring King George VI are circulated in Singapore. This period is interrupted by the Japanese occupation from 1942 to 1945, during which coins disappear and are replaced by inflationary paper banana money. 1953, the Queen Elizabeth II series. A new series of coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II is issued for the Malaya and British Borneo region. These are the last colonial-era coins to be used in Singapore before its journey towards self-governance. 1967, the Marine Series. Following independence, Singapore issues its first national currency. The Marine Series, designed by Christopher Ironside, features marine life and symbolizes Singapore's identity as a port city. The coins are minted by the Royal Mint in London. 1985, the Floral Series. A second series of coins is introduced, reflecting Singapore's new identity as a garden city. Designed by Leong Siu Weng, these coins are smaller, lighter, and feature local flora. The Singapore Mint now produces the nation's coins. 2013, the third series, Icons of Singapore. The current series of coins is launched. It features national landmarks and icons, is made of multi-ply plated steel for security, and introduces a bi-metallic $1 coin with advanced anti-counterfeiting features. This showcases Singapore as a modern, innovative nation. This timeline provides a clear overview of the remarkable evolution of Singapore's currency. From relying on the silver of foreign empires to designing and minting its own high-tech coins, the story of Singapore's coinage is a powerful reflection of its journey to becoming the proud and prosperous nation it is today. I encourage everyone to take a closer look at the coins in their change. You might be holding a small piece of this incredible history. Exploring the world of coin collecting can open up a new appreciation for the art, technology, and stories embedded in these everyday objects.